Timothee Chalamet became a household name in recent years, taking a path that normal Hollywood stars such as Zendaya, Chris Evans, and even Jenna Ortega did not take, that in a sense broke the Hollywood system that was in place. He kind of became a Hollywood revolutionary in a sense. Let me explain. If we were to take a hypothetical chart of stardom and put Timothy next to a couple of other household names like Zendaya and Chris Evans, the chart for them starts off flat, with Timothy's being steady until eventually reaching the same levels. But why is that? As you can see in the chart of the years of his acting career, he had a very consistent line of growth, until he's reached where he is now. In comparison to the other two people depicted in the graph, you can kind of see where they kind of went viral, per se, with their fame, while Timothy kind of had like this consistent growth. Now I want you to tell me if you noticed something strange about this progression in Timothy's acting career. As a kid, Timothy started as a commercial actor actually in 2008, and had been in a couple largely unknown short films before making his television debut on Law & Order. He continued to get roles gradually in other shows such as Loving Leah, Royal Pains, and Homeland, where he just slowly increased the profile of his brand name. However, it wasn't until 2014 that he made his feature film debut in a movie called Men, Women, and Children, and he eventually went on to get a role in Interstellar, of all movies. Like, that's a pretty big jump from the things he was doing before. Honestly, I could go on and on about all the different productions he was on because there's quite a few. All of them mostly are relatively unknown, however. Why did it take so long for him to become the household name that he is today? He had the launch pad. He was in Interstellar. That movie made $700 million. And even though I don't recognize a lot of the other productions that he was in, it seems like there were a lot of launch pads that he could have just taken to go to a big debut film. It seemed after he had gotten Interstellar, he was on track to just keep going up exponentially, as a lot of people do when they go viral, but he kind of intentionally flattened his lines to a little bit more of a slow growth, and he didn't take his jump to stardom. Now, why would someone intentionally do that? If you look at Timothy's early film career, there's a pivotal part that really defines his career, and that is when he worked on the film Call Me By Your Name. This could have been the springboard to a huge blockbuster, as Call Me By Your Name received international attention. But what he did instead was really quite fascinating. Instead of jumping to a big role and going viral per se, he continued to slowly increase the level of his productions he was in with bigger named actors. But why didn't he just jump at the chance to be in a blockbuster immediately? Ironically, too much success too fast can actually be detrimental to one's acting career. After Daniel finished Harry Potter, he struggled to book roles because people could not take him out of the, "Oh, he's Harry Potter." I'm willing to bet that when someone says Timothee Chalamet, you don't really automatically associate it with Paul Atreides. That is the magic of the path that he's created. He has allowed himself to become a global superstar without trapping himself in the role that he's achieved.